fifth speaker. I will try to keep it to 3 minutes, being that's around how long I've prepared to speak for. The truth is I'm not really used to speaking in these types of occasions. Usually we have milchiks and it's a bris, and it's bagels and lox, or it's a kiddush for a child. And then it really makes sense to thank Melissa for all she's done, because it's obvious the connection to the simcha. But the truth is today is no less of a reason to thank her for all she's done in terms of molding all of our children. Not only do they all look like her, but they've also taken after her in terms of her midos tovos, in terms of her enthusiasm, and in terms of her commitment and care for everyone. So I just wanted to take the time now. I know that there's a little bit of a joke between us where Melissa's the ideas behind everything, the inspiration, while she's on her BlackBerry in the elevator at work or on the subway, and then I receive those emails, and that means I have to do those things. But when it comes to important things, she not only did she plan everything for today, but she implemented it, she took care of everything, made sure everything was done, because this is very important to her, and she didn't want to leave it up to me. So we need to thank Ima for everything that she's done. And now to the Bas Mitzvah girl. There's really not much more to be said, Leah, than what's already been said, other than to echo and to resonate all the previous messages. But just a short idea to connect it to a Dvar Torah. There's actually a machlokes between Rebbe Vadi Yosef and Rav Moshe, and it could be others. Rav Moshe wrote the Tshuvos in the 1960s. So it's unclear if the same thing would be today, but it could be probably the same thing he would say today. Whether the Seudah for a Bas Mitzvah is considered a Seudas Mitzvah or not, whether it's the same thing as the Seudas Bar Mitzvah. Rebbe Vadi Yosef thinks that it is. He says that before, just like the Gemara says, like Rabbi Yossi, who was blind, he said, if you prove to me that I'm Mutzu v'Yosef, now I'm commanded, I'll make a party. So too, if a child becomes Bar Bas Mitzvah, it should be the same thing. Before, yesterday they weren't obligated, today they were obligated. That's a reason to have a Seudas Mitzvah. Rav Moshe Feinstein feels that there's a difference between a male and a female, and that for a male it's important to make a party because it needs to be nikar, it needs to be recognizable to everyone else that this boy is now 13, because there are ramifications in terms of minyan and other things where we need to know, everyone needs to know that the boy is 13. Whereas when it comes to a girl, we don't need to make it something for everyone to realize that this girl is now 11, she's 12, because for everyone else it's not really a big difference. So I think that the message behind, leaving aside the halakhic implications, but the message behind, and this is actually a few days before actually Bo Bayom, the message behind this, Rav Moshe's idea, I think resonates as well with what we're celebrating today. Because the idea is that, especially for Leah, there's really no difference between the way you acted and are acting before your Bas Mitzvah and the trajectory which that leads to the path that you're on for after your Bas Mitzvah. We don't need to make anything different. Everyone knows that which you were doing before, it's not like some kids, like, oh, now I'm a Bar Mitzvah, now I have to go to minyan, I have to this, I have to do that. Everything that you've done before, we're just assuming and hoping and know that you're just going to continue on that path. And you've been placed through the family that we have and the learning that you've done on the path of Avodas Hashem, and I'm sure when you will continue on this path, and not only will you bring nachas to our family, to Klal Yisrael, and to Hashem for many, many years to come.
Oh, man.